Hi, thank you for joining us at the Roanoke Regional Small Business Development Center. I'm Christina Garnett, our Marketing Director, and thank you so much for joining us today. Today's FAQ is going to be about social media predictions for the year of 2017. So some things have changed, so you want to be able to really kind of strategize and think about how you can utilize these new predictions and this focus so that when you're creating a content strategy for what you're going to be using your social media for, that you're going to be able to have the strongest return. So the first thing I want to talk about today is live. Everything is live. I'm here live now, but actually we're talking about even more elevated than that. We're talking about 360 live. We're talking about live on Twitter, where now you don't even have to use a Periscope app independently. You're absolutely going to be able to press that live button on Twitter, and Periscope's going to go ahead and shout it out for you. So you don't have to go through a sign-up phase or anything like that, which is fantastic. And then in addition to that, you have VR. I know that VR has been this kind of shrinking thing that's been coming in, and everyone's been waiting for it to drop. And so I think you're going to see a little VR this year, not a lot, not as many people, not as much as you would expect, as people were talking about it being the brand new thing a few years back. The other thing to think about is chatbots. Especially from a customer service perspective, you have all of these people who are looking at your website at different times of the day, even when you're not during your regular business hours. So a lot of businesses are actually turning to chatbots on their website, where you basically have some generalized automated answers depending on the keywords that the person puts in. So it can be anything from someone saying that they didn't receive their shipment and they put in their tracking number and it automatically connects to a search engine, so they'll be able to see where that is and give them a link to being able to figure out where in the shipment what they ordered is. So things of that nature. There are a lot of programs, a lot of websites. If you go on and search chatbots, you'll find a lot of plugins and a lot of companies that are utilizing this, and also as an app, so that people are able to essentially have customer service 24 hours a day, even if it's not a human being for them. The other thing to think about is pay to play. And what do I mean when I say pay to play? What I'm talking about is what I'm sure a lot of marketers out there are noticing, and some businesses too, is especially with Facebook. Facebook's a great example, is that the organic reach is going down. So now, in order to get that organic reach, you're having to strategize. You can't just put things out there. You have to be a little bit more targeted, and you have to know what works for you. So for some of you, it might be having specific pictures, whether it be high fashion, whether it be pictures of your employees, or it has to be something that is already performing well. Let that be a gauge. So when you go into your insights, go into your Facebook insights, and you'll be able to see what posts are getting the strongest delivery for you, and it will let you know and give you a generalized idea of what sort of materials and what sort of content you need to be populating your social media with, so that you're obviously still kind of getting that organic reach. Now, live is a great tool for organic reach, because if you follow us and you're not on live now, but you probably got a notification saying that we are live, and they do that with all the people who have clicked on following a specific business page on Facebook. So it's a really great way to remind people that you're there, have them come back to your site, learn a little bit more about what you have, and also it's a really great way to engage with your audience. So it's a fantastic way to really show that you're not just a website, you're not just a social media page, you're out there, you're ready to talk to your customers, you're ready to make a difference and hopefully push them through the marketing funnel so that you're able to get those conversions, you're able to get those leads and more customers. Now, this leads to something that's very important, and a lot of people are starting to talk about it right now. It's called dark social. So what do I mean when I'm talking about dark social? Well, from a marketer's perspective, you have to be creative, but you also, and more importantly, you need to be able to look at those analytics and see what's working and what's not working. And dark social is a bit of a barrier for that. So when you go into your insights, it's going to be able to show you, depending on whether you're using Google Analytics or you're using more advanced analytic tools or you're doing it by the platform. The main thing is that it's going to let you know how people found you. Did they find you from an email? Did they find you from your website? Did they get transferred from your Facebook page? How did they get to you? This is crucial information because it tells you how you reach your audience. Well, dark social is what happens when it shows that it's a direct send, like they put in your URL and it's usually like one of the more complicated URLs, so it's like the 4th page down in your navigation or something, and you know for sure that someone didn't go directly to that page. If you are not able to figure out how they got to it, whether it be because I sent an email and I just shared a link, and because they clicked on that link, it goes directly to that URL, it makes it look like they went straight to that page. Well, they didn't. And because I don't have the ability to analyze how they got that URL information, I don't know how to reach them. It's dark social. So they're getting it from social means, but because of the social means that they got it, you cannot figure out how they got to you, which means that the next time you try to market, you can't directly figure out how to get to them. So that's a big problem. I think you're going to see some apps coming out this year that particularly pertain to that, because that's a big business right now. More and more companies are worried about analytics and how they can do growth, and a lot of businesses are promising growth. But you can't promise growth if you don't know what's working and what's not working, and that's what the analytics come from. And that's why dark social is such an issue. So out of all the things for the predictions of 2017, I think dark social is the one to really look at. Like I said, I think there's going to be some apps out there that are really focusing on how to fix that problem so that marketers and analysts can figure out how to get those people back instead of just hoping that the same person who emailed them the first time emails them again. So I hope that that was informative for you, and I hope that you will be able to use some of that information when you're thinking about your content strategy for social media for 2017. Please head over to our Facebook page to learn more about what we have to offer, as well as our new website at roanoke.smallbusiness.org. We have some business classes coming up this month, as well as our social media basics class. We would love to have you guys in. Feel free to join us at any time, and I will see you next Thursday for our FAQ, and we'll be doing a little bit more about local SEO, which I know is a big buzzword for you guys. So y'all have a fantastic day, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, guys.